Pride of Orange is an anime about the sacred Canadian ritual of watching men hit a puck with a stick on ice, called hockey. It is sacred, as in before, during, and after every game, we hold gigantic riots, no matter if we won or lost. But is Pride of Orange able to recapture the beauty of the sport? Fuck no, and here's why. Pride of Orange follows the character of Hanaka Kosaka as she forms a— oh wait, shit, wrong show. I'm sorry, they just look so familiar. Pride of Orange follows Mizusawa Manaka and her friend as they sign up for their local hockey team. And over the course of the show, our characters meet other team members, train both their minds and bodies, and slowly rise through the ranks to the World Cup where they beat Canada, somehow. This doesn't piss off anyone, we'll get to that. First, we need to discuss— the writing of the show is, not good. The writing is so bland, it'll make you want to sink further and further into your chair. Our characters lack any general purpose for truly playing hockey. Our first 4 characters only signed up because they saw a flyer for the sport and signed up for it because they thought it would be fun. Now in real life, this is probably how many people find a sport and start playing it, but in the context of a show, this doesn't work out the same way. Coming from the Embroidery Club, their knowledge of hockey would be, shall we say, lacking. This wouldn't be much of a problem if the hook for the show was better. Many other idol and sports shows have that initial hook that makes both our characters and the viewer interested in the activity that they are signing up for. The characters have no reason to be interested in hockey, which makes it odd as they want to sign up for it. In the show Love Live, the reason Hanaka wants to become a school idol has 2 initial causes of her wanting to be a school idol. The first being that her school was closing, and the second half is because she had chosen to visit a rival school and saw a rise on a screen at the school. This sets up the idol theme in the show and gives our character an incentive to be an idol. The characters of Pride of Orange do not have this incentive. Monica signs out of curiosity and her friends follow her. With the level of commitment, they'd probably follow her into the Bosnian War. The other characters, Riko and Naomi, joined because they used to play hockey when they were like 10 or something. Although I actually like these 2 characters the most because they actually have some form of chemistry. And you joined for one such a moronic reason, you'll want to defenestrate yourself. Yu is the Ellie Ayase of this story. The veteran has been playing for a long time but has fallen out. The way they handle these characters, however, is completely different. Ayase used to be talented ballerina in the land of bears, vodka, and communism, so her distaste for Hanaka and her friends is more justified. This is built up for her character since the first episode, putting her own interest of becoming idol in the background. When the main cast learns of her skill, they go to her for help with learning on how to be better dancers. She expects to only teach them once, then see them give up, surprised to see how they want to continue training. And when they see her rant with Nozumi and how she herself wants to be an idol, with Nozumi asking her why she didn't become one and Hanaka asking to join, she finally joins the group, along with Nozumi. Yu doesn't gain the same build-up. We see glimpses of her through small flashbacks in the end of episodes. Then she is fully introduced in episode 5. This wouldn't be a problem if the show had gotten more episodes, but it didn't. She originally played for a different team, but left because she thought her team was holding her back. She was then tricked into visiting the team that Monica played at and was challenged to shoot 5 shots at a goalie, and if the goalie was able to block one of them, she would join. Yu had no incentive to join the team or a reason to want to continue playing. Her whole mind was changed when she was shooting her pucks at Monica, who wasn't even the goalie, and how her friends backed her up. She has no reason to join their team or even show any good interest in hockey. She has no purpose on the team. We see in the final 2 episodes her talking to a former teammate and how she had grown so much, but her growth was meaningless as we had no base for her to grow. It's like trying to grow a tree in concrete. The whole show would be much better if we've just been given a better hook for the beginning, have the characters walk into a hockey game or witness hockey on TV, then go see a game of hockey. Do something familiar to Bang Dream where the characters watch a concert at a venue, then sees an old guitar in another character's shed, which gives them an incentive to be interested in music/sport. Another point is not to have it take place on the main island, close to Tokyo, but instead Hokkaido, you know, where it's cold and hockey could be played. But these fixes do not solve any of these issues when another one looms overhead. The pacing of Pride of Orange is so inconsistent, the existence of the universe could fly past. The first 3 episodes, which appears to only be a couple weeks to maybe months past. Then on the 3rd episode, we time skip 2 months! Damn, this show really wants to end faster than we do. Lacking any reason to connect with the characters when we watch them have their asses handed to them. Unlike in the first 3 episodes of Love Live, I'm going to be using Love Live a lot as a comparison, as it's actually a good show with competent writing. In the first episode, we use this as time to set up the main characters, what they are like, what the setting is, and what the story is going to be about. In the second episode, we see our characters creating their idol group, including their name, songs, and costumes, and practicing for their performance. Then finally in episode 3, we see them practicing, advertising for the show, and then finally putting on the performance. so when no one shows up, that impact is felt much harder, so we have a reason to cheer for them, and when we start seeing the rest of the cast showing up, it feels like they've earned it, and much of that was done within a month. Bad pacing can make your story very inconsistent, and lead to a sense of confusion, lack of comprehension, and ultimately, boredom. It can be jarring for your audience as we watch the characters jump from location to location, event to event. This is all highlighted in the beginning of the first episode with our main characters playing in the World Cup and winning against Canada, which means we have to talk about the way Pride of Orange shows off hockey is the equivalency of Canada making a TV show about karate. Wait, shit. It would be like if Canada made a show about shogi while lacking knowledge of the culture of the sport and therefore drastically misrepresenting it. Pride of Orange lacks respect for the sport that it's portraying, treating hockey as a sport that one does casually and that anyone could get to the World Cup and beat the country who is best at hockey. While it isn't wrong to say that anyone can get good at hockey, to see them progress so quickly in the sport undermines much of the work that goes into succeeding at the sport. They treat it much more like volleyball or baseball. You can't just pick up the stick and start hitting the puck without knowing how to skate. Unless you play floor hockey, in that case you really are a lost cause. I've never been that into hockey, but as I've gotten older, my appreciation of sport has grown as it is the sport of my country, and I have a respect for the people who play it and the culture surrounding it. It is one of the few things that makes Canada distinct, and to see it butchered in this show hurts me as I know Japan can do better in representing sports. This then leads into the fact that the show is also an idol show. This is the whole reason I've been doing as one. At the beginning, we see the characters singing and dancing after the end of a game, which is never done in hockey as it is more treated as a way to show respect for your team, whether you won or not, through the handshake line. To then do a victory dance of the game and negate the handshake would be considering extremely disrespectful to the sport. But hey, these are coming from an army cadet and a former basketball player, so take this with a grain of salt. Pride of Orange does not treat itself as a sports anime, nor does it treat itself as an idol show. No, this travesty of a dumpster fire decides to mix the two genres into some form of homunculus. And trying to please both crowds, it pleases neither. As a sports anime, any fan would rather choose to voluntarily defenestrate themselves. Hockey fans, particularly Canadians, would uproot a fucking Starbucks, and idol fans would be upset as they might just commit a hate crime, as many tend to do. This was not anime made to deconstruct a genre, or pay homage to a sport, or be passionate by talented show creators. This was made to market some dumbass phone game that probably won't be released in the country of the sport they were trying to please. And with that, I'm going to praising Love Lives. On second thought, I'm going with Zombieland Saga. At least we both have similar opinions on the French.